It's Semmie here, and we are back with another video. I had to do this one emergency. Lisa just dropped her first single, and it was huge. I'm pretty sure you probably heard it, or maybe you haven't, but it's been like everywhere on my YouTube. It just keeps popping up. That song, Abracadabra, which I did a music video reaction to. You can also see it on my YouTube channel. I'll also link it in the description. But those two have just been in the YouTube algorithm, constantly being shown on my feed. Whenever I play a song, they just keep coming up. Same thing on my Spotify. It's definitely the song of the year. Honestly, this is one of Lisa's best songs. The collaborations that she has on this are iconic, especially everything that's happened since the Grammys to now this, with RAYE being on it, and then you have DOJA Cat, who's also about to, I believe she's about to release her new album. So excited. So let's just get straight into it, and props to Lisa, who's also about to drop her album. Pay attention, stay tuned. We're also gonna lock in on that as well. And let's get started. All right, this is Lisa Born Again, our reaction. Let's do this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is that, what I tend to do is that I react to the music video with the visuals as well as the lyrics, and we're gonna try to kind of get our own interpretation of what it is, and as well as, you know, just see all the visuals and how they kind of blend in and tell a story. So right off the bat, there's a clock, right? And then she puts the definition of born again. The transformation to a new woman, her other single, who embraces her freedom to become the woman she desires. Just in the beginning, and I just found out that RAYE produced this, you hear RAYE already in the beginning, in the background vocals, like, should you? Like this beautiful siren-esque call and response, kind of like a choir of beautiful sirens singing in the background. Kind of reminds me of Hercules, like those three ladies who were always like, Hercules. That sound kind of reminds me of what RAYE was kind of channeling in the background vocals. And then you see Lisa here wearing all black as if like she's mourning, almost kind of like she's at a funeral, right? So she must be mourning the death of her previous self. With this black, beautiful outfit and this nice, luxurious hat. It also gives like this the 1960s, 1970s, or not, I won't say 70s, 1960s or 1950s old Hollywood glam with the lighting and also like the outfit that she's wearing. Part one. Interesting. That RAYE right there, and like DOJA all in this beautiful outfits and all black. And they all having like, well, she has like this huge feather, and they all have like their own little thing going on. DOJA with the hat, RAYE with the hat as well. Oh, man. You know what's so funny? I didn't even hear that part. That she even said, and I'm looking so good, can I add? A very, very silly man. Done, yeah, never. I heard that part, right? That was RAYE saying that. But that's so funny that she said that, and I just broke up with my man like, Wow. Honest, RAYE really elevated this verse, and it's because of her ad-libs, but Lisa's raps are also so fun and so catchy as well. But I see how RAYE is like the silent driver almost of the verse, because all the parts that I like about the verse, I just realized the of it all, the coming back and forth, is RAYE's production as well as her ad-libs, and kind of increasing the energy a little bit of Lisa's raps. Not that it needed it to be, but it just takes it to another level because of RAYE's like ad-libs. And it's so interesting to see her play off of it. Like, they keep playing off of each other so well, by the way, like RAYE and Lisa, as you further go throughout the song, which you'll see later on. Their vocals and everything, their way that they play off of each other is just like amazing. It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful marriage in this song. Yeah, it's like I'm hearing more and more. The whole entire time I was listening to this, I thought she was saying a little bit of talking to your ex, but I just realized she said a little bit of talking out your ass. I didn't realize she said that. I was like, oh, that's what she was saying this whole entire time? And that's the line that is so iconic. That is like such a really, really, really good punchline, is like that sassiness but also kindness at the same time was so Lisa. Lisa is very, very kind, but the more that I've been also hearing a lot of her music, this is so Lisa to be like so nice and cute, but at the same time also a little bit like petty and sassy, but even in a very cute, nice way. Like you can't kind of hate her because at the same time she's doing what she has to do, but then she'll also still be kind to you even in the midst of the sassiness. And I feel like that's so Lisa to be like, well, please tell your mother I'm gonna miss you. So like that's so sweet, like but at the same time it's also like leave you cold. I just love that Lisa has these tendencies to kind of have that both duality, that perfect duality in my opinion, of like kind and sweet while I'm still also putting my foot down, but in a very nice way. Okay, thank you, have a good day, bye. Like, but at the same time like leaving you in the dust. It's like, it's so Lisa. I love that. Like her fingerprint is all over this song. Like it's the anchor of a lot of these parts are because of Raye. It's like Raye's fingerprints are all over the song, but particularly on the main chorus. And you hear it. I find it interesting that she's kind of like at this gymnasium. Like there's like a bench bar. There's like some net, as if she scored. Like she made a score, like she won, like an athlete who won or who's in training but who's because if you see here, she's like on a balance beam, she's hanging on, and there's like a net behind her, and it's as if she's like on a train, but she's also wearing this beautiful black outfit. So she scored something, and it's almost kind of like a celebration of the score that she kind of had through this whole entire process dealing with this individual. If you would have tried just a little bit more time, you know, like how like when you're a sports person or you're an athlete, you have to try a little bit more time. You have to work a little bit more and how to kind of get to where you need to be or where you need to go. It seems like this person didn't, right? And so it's like, well, I would have made you a believer if you would have believed in me, if you would have put in a little bit more effort, but you didn't. And now I'm winning without you, and I'm going to leave you in the dust. And it was already stated in the first verse that like Lisa was on her way, and now she's gotten to become a new woman, and this is what it looks like. And now she's like in the training room, kind of like celebrating her victory, almost kind of like flaunting in a very sexual way, but kind of like the sport that the sport that you could have had that you were playing in with me, you lost, and now I win, and this is how it is, and this is me now celebrating my win, but I'm grieving you at the same time. This win is also kind of like almost like it feels like a grieving of the other person as well, because she's wearing black throughout most of it. Right, so it's like I'm grieving you. You could have had this. You could have won. You could have been a believer, but you didn't. If you tried a little more times, I would have made you a believer. I could have showed you what it's like every single night. But unfortunately, you lost, and I won. And now we have Doja Cat, my favorite part, mainly because of her vocals. I honestly, every part is really good, but Doja Cat's part is like, it's about what she did with her own vocals that makes me really excited for her new album, because I love the way that I'm obsessed with harmonies, and the way that she did her harmonies here are so good. I believe it. I don't know if Lisa and Raye did the harmonies as well with her, but Doja Cat's part, those harmonies, oh my goodness, I live for that melody and that harmony. Oh my God, every single time I hear that, I'm like, oh, so it's like a breath of fresh air and an alleviation for me just hearing that. Like, and I'm like, Doja Cat, please give us more of that, because that was so beautiful. Like, give me a moment, because I was just so good. Like, I love that part so much. I'm like, Doja Cat, please give us more. Like, I can't wait for that album. I know she has also she's a rapper, and she also did her thing on her raps here as well. But that harmony, man, And the flip into it with her rap was like the seamless transition into it. It was like both of it felt effortless. Ooh, kind of interesting. So like you see the dichotomy of like when she suddenly transitions to her rap, she's suddenly seen as the bad guy. Like she's the back in the day, especially in the church, they used to burn down witches, prostitutes, anyone who's considered a seductress was considered to be doing the works of the devil. So, and what they would say is that you were a witch, like you were somehow using your feminine wiles and also your witchcraft to seduce a man for X, Y, and Z. And so you see how she suddenly turns, when she goes into her rap verse, there's another image of her kind of being burned at the stake. She's surrounded by a ring of rocks and like there's fire, kind of blue fire. She's still wearing black. And once again, there's like this element of black of like mourning the other person, mourning that you can't see the light. Element's kind of interesting because you see kind of all, at least the majority of the video, that they're mourning the other person not being able to see the light, not being able to get what they could have had. And even in the midst of them being persecuted or seen, in this particular case, DOJA Cat being persecuted, she's still mourning the aspect of you still not being able to get it. And that's still sad. You know, it's like, but it's kind of beautiful. It's still liberation. And they're still being authentically themselves and kind of still winning and celebrating the win that they got. Because they're still authentically standing in like who they are and kind of being sexy and being, hey, this is me. You know, this is us winning. Just too bad you couldn't have it. So there's also, it's a bittersweet element to this, this wearing of black, but at the same time winning and kind of also looking luxuriously sexy and looking like you're above it all. The shame kind of like conversion and there's also this element of like, just like a person who's a Christian who's trying to have someone could have teaching others to pray to Jesus and also become a believer, you could have been one too. RAYE in this beautiful sea of white flowers. RAYE is kind of introducing this aspect of like, you may not need me, but you're gonna need religion, at least for yourself, in order to get yourself together. Because of the way, and we kind of saw with DOJA Cat, what she's saying, like the way you're crashing out is not something that they even want to see. Once again, there's this element of shame and kind of like bittersweet. Like we don't want you to be crashing out like this. Like so there's a bit of like mourning the loss of you and the way that you are also acting out in a sense of like, you need to be born again. Stop it. Get some help. Pray to Jesus. That's what I'm getting. There you go with the harmony. That was Lisa with RAYE. You see it? Oh, beautiful. I just want to see more. I hope they perform this live, and I really want to see that beautiful harmony. It's so beautiful. It's so good. And also Lisa's vocals in the next part. You're with you. Wearing all of the outfits. It kind of gives Joan of Arc. I think I understood now what that element, and if everyone doesn't know who Joan of Arc is, Joan of Arc was a Christian woman who was believed to essentially a girl who was a peasant who then believed that she was under divine guidance. She thought God told her that she was supposed to lead the French army, and she did. The Joan of Arc believed that God had chosen her to lead the French to victory over the English during the 100 Years' War, and she had no military training. And what ended up happening is that she actually led the French army to victory in New Orleans in 1429. And interestingly, which we see with the whole thing with DOJA Cat, she was actually captured and tried by the witchcraft, the opposing party, and burned at the stake in 1431. I think they called her witchcraft because she was receiving visions, and she literally said God was talking to her. And so I told you, like the English and particularly Christianity, they were really against women being one, leaders, because it was seen as something that was biblically not fit for women to lead as men. And then on top of that, when you hear a woman who was hearing things and she had, I guess you can say, a bit of authority and she had power and influence, they thought that she was a witch, and that was not, it could not be the act of God through her. And unfortunately they called her a witch, and then they burned her at the stake. But the French canonized her as a saint, and so therefore we have the whole thing with Joan of Arc. And now you see them kind of like all dressed in this, you know, shield, metal pieces. She's kind of dressed in knight, wearing white. And so I'm starting to realize that this whole thing is also an element of being seen as a saint, but also being a martyr for someone, right? There's a martyrdom in that, being a saint for someone, be someone looking to you to be the one to save them, but it's like, I can't save your soul. Like, I gotta save my own, and you have to do the work. If you only believed in us, if you only believed in me, if you only did the work, if you only tried a few more times, then maybe you could have seen the light. Again, this is a beautiful music video. And that concludes our video for today. This is Lisa, Born Again. I cannot wait to see a live performance from them, because they, let me tell you, vocally, I ain't gonna lie, this song is not easy. It's vocally, the head voice, the mixed voice that RAYE uses, Lisa's casual high notes, in a sense of her falsetto, she uses it really, really well in this song. I can tell that Lisa has totally improved vocally, and I can't wait to see her perform this song as well. And I honestly want to see them do harmony as well, all three of them. This would be such a beautiful time in pop cultural history, to see all of these three artists from three different backgrounds, three different fandoms and genres come together in such a way. We have K-pop, international fan base. We have RAYE as a British but also soulful indie songwriter that's just not coming up in the Grammys. She got nominated. And then you have DOJA, who's also a rapstress, who's also a rap pop singer in the States, and also like internationally well known as well. So this was so great. So anywho, bye. This is Semmie, and we're up.